Agora. Bom. Ah, tá ligando o PlayStation, gente. Hoje eu tô de PlayStation, né? Days Gone, chapeuzinho do The Last of Us e blusa daquele de zumbi do Days Gone também. Opa!
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob, and I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Crash 4 is a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains, Neo Cortex and Dr. Entropy, have finally escaped their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe. Now they've got their eyes set on not only simply conquering this dimension, but all dimensions. And it's up to Crash and Coco to save the day. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade. So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans, as well as new players, to this amazing franchise. First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense, precise, and perspective-shifting platforming that we all fell in love with. And then, we wanted to introduce exciting new elements that we can't wait to show you today. Let's start with Insanity Beach. This is where Crash's adventure first started and where we pick things up again in Crash 4. But there have definitely been changes since we first saw Insanity Beach all those years ago. And throughout Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration from not just the original games, but the animated cartoons that inspired those original games, all while also delivering bigger, more awe-inspiring dimensions to explore. Throughout Crash 4, you'll see wide-open new vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that also comes new additions to the platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zipline as well. In the original trilogy, specifically Crash Warped, there were certain moments in the game where Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a biker jacket when riding a motorcycle. That seemed like a natural area for us to expand upon. So we have loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game. These skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game. And just to be clear, there's no MTX here. Skins are earned by completing different challenges and earning gems within levels. Crash 4 also introduces the Quantum Masks, the powerful protectors of time and space. Crash and Coco will need their assistance throughout the game to tackle the crazy challenges that we're going to be throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity at the press of a button.
Habilidades diferentes aí.
Kapunawa, who allows you to slow down the world around you.
Parar o tempo.
Or Lani Loli, who allows you to phase shift elements in and out of existence. Bending the rules of reality and altering your environment with these new masks is a must. We also can't wait to talk to you about the fourth mask, Akano, but that's going to have to wait for another day. What we can tell you today, though, is that Crash isn't the only character you get to take control of during this adventure. For starters, you can play the entire game as Coco. Any level that you can play as Crash, you can also play as Coco. It was also very important for us that she take a more prominent role in the story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives and new gameplay. Here you can see that you'll be taking control of Neo Cortex. He's all about using his blaster to change an enemy in his path. In addition to playing as Cortex, we're excited to reveal that for the first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as Dingodile. I repeat, you get to play as Dingodile in Crash 4.
Você vai poder jogar com esse
and a lot
cara
has
aí também,
changed in the years since we last saw Dingodile. In fact, he hung up his old flamethrower rocket launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension.
O jogo vai tratar de várias dimensões.
Finally, there's one more surprise I'm incredibly excited to show you today.
Tô doido pra jogar
The
esse
Crash
jogo,
Bandicoot
cara.
series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets. Well, for Crash 4, we wanted to bring something brand new to the table. So we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode.
Modo
It's our
invertido.
souped up, bumpa-berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspective shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience.
Muda o estilo
One dimension
visual.
could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward.
E meio
You've
que
even got one
inverte a
that feels like
fase,
an
cara.
old-timey movie with the overcranked camera speed increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well. Once unlocked, players can replay all the game's levels with a totally new and dynamic look and feel. It's an incredibly fun feature that is going to give every player, especially the completionists out there, a reason to revisit each level again to see what new and exciting experiences in store for them.
Você vai poder abrir esses modos e jogar o jogo todo de
So
novo
that's
nesse
some of
modo
the new stuff
invertido
that we have in store
diferente,
for you
cara.
in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Experience the
Da hora.
space and time-bending madness on October 2nd.
Esse jogo aqui vai ter gameplay do início aqui no canal e talvez, dependendo de como for a gameplay do início, a gente tenta fazer uma série dele.
Today's State of Play is loaded with third-party updates for PS4 and PSVR, and some new PS5 gameplay too.
Ó, gameplay nova de jogos do PlayStation 5.
We opened the
que já
show with
foram
an all-new
anunciados.
look at Crash 4, It's About Time, coming to PlayStation 4 on October 2nd. Now let's keep the party going with the latest from IO Interactive.
Hitman 3 agora, galera. E o formato tá bem Nintendo Direct mesmo, né? Os caras nem escondem mais. Mas tá bom, legal.
Besides, this is your big day.
Ô, PlayStation VR, cara.
Mingle. Have fun.
Oh, don't worry about that. My art speaks for itself.
Well, I have to go. I'll call you when I get back to New York.
Interessante, hein? Imagina jogar uma fase do Hitman em VR? Da hora. Matou. Interessante, velho. Ó, a trilogia inteira em realidade virtual, velho. Ô, louco, bicho. Os caras, o Patão ficou maluco. Que isso? A impressão minha ou tá de trás pra frente o trailer? Ó, esse negócio de areia e viajar no tempo aí, hein? É Braid? Braid, velho. Legal. Dizem que esse jogo é bacana pra caramba. Nunca joguei, mas eu conheço ele. Mano, interessante a pegada live
We are
action.
happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition.
Meu nada a
It's
ver,
the
né?
classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
Ó.
Many areas have been re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game.
Ó.
There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
We plan to
hora,
make
velho.
it the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want to learn how video games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
We hope you'll enjoy the game when it comes out early next year.
Cara, é massa que até os jogos com estilos diferentes podem ficar mais bonitos com resoluções maiores, né? Esse jogo aqui vai ser importante pra galera que gosta de ver como o jogo é desenvolvido, porque vai vir com comentários da
Pathless
galera.
is a mythic adventure set on a mystical island.
Pathless.
Let's take a quick tour in this new footage captured from PS5.
Agora vai mostrar gameplay do Play 5, hein?
Hi everyone, this is Matt Nava from Giant Squid. I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless.
Pathless já tinha sido anunciado. Hoje a gente vai ter gameplays de alguns jogos do Play 5 que já tinham
The
sido
Pathless is
anunciados.
an open-world, mythic adventure game set in a vast forest. You play as the Hunter. The Hunter is a master of archery. She can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound across the landscape. Fluid, dynamic movement is at the core of the Pathless, so the game's unique take on archery is all about timing, not aiming down sights. This design was critical to making it possible to shoot even while moving fast and performing acrobatic maneuvers. You instantly feel as skilled as the hunter herself.
Esse é um jogo focado em arco e flecha e eles disseram que o timing é bastante importante para você poder se locomover enquanto você vai atirando e
With help from the eagle, you can even fly.
acertando
The
as
bond between
paradas
the
e se
hunter and the
sente
eagle is central
habilidoso.
in the Pathless. You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping.
Parece mais um jogo de exploração, né? Com um mundo aberto, mas...
Make sure you pet the eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
Ó, você pode cutucar, fazer carinho na águia. Muito bom. Isso é importante em 2020, hein?
You'll find secrets all over the island, if you know where to look. Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the eagle's ability to flap. You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures. The Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open-world games, there's no map. Instead, the hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks. It even shows you where you've been.
Não tem mapa, velho.
Getting to higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
Você vai usar essa visão espiritual aí para poder encontrar lugares que você já foi e lugares que você não foi ainda para
Giant
você
cursed
explorar.
spirits, the source of the darkness, will pose a constant threat to you on your quest. They will try to separate you from the eagle.
Parece mais focado em puzzles do que em combate.
Stay still in the light to avoid detection.
Mas é um estilo bonito, velho. Não sei se é o tipo de jogo que eu me sinto atraído pra jogar, sabe? Mas o estilo visual é bonito.
You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks.
Porque não é um dos meus estilos preferidos, os jogos de puzzle, só puzzle.
When the obelisks are restored, the cursed spirits will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
Mas claro que a gente sempre tem que dar uma conferida antes pra poder saber. Da hora essa perseguição aí.
eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the Pathless. We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore and discover. The Pathless is coming out later this year. Thanks for watching.
Parece diferente, cara. Tô curioso pra testar, mas não sei. Não sei. Vem no final de 2020 para PlayStation 5 exclusivamente. Quer dizer...
Next up, let's see what's in store for Spelunky 2.
Spelunky! Quem gosta de Spelunky
Hi, my name
aí?
is Derek Yu, and I'm the creator of Spelunky. For Spelunky 2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited and also brought in new players.
Esse jogo é difícil, cara.
It was important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place. So many people became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together. And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult.
Caraca, a mulher...
In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family. I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full. Players will be able to explore and interact with it in lots of new ways. For example, you'll be able to ride turkeys.
Você pode andar de peru.
And find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves.
E escolher qual caminho que você vai enquanto você vai.
As a result, the stories players create will have much more texture to them. Even after many, many hours of playing, I still have interesting runs that don't even go past the first area. In Spelunky 1, runs often centered around the shops and how you chose to interact with them.
Aos shops aí, ó.
So in Spelunky 2, we've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting.
Vende item te mata.
And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you.
Ah.
Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great thing about Spelunky is that the deepest secrets are the ones that even I don't know about. And there are lots of new things to play with that I hope players can use to push past the boundaries of what we, as the developers, know about the game. I have two types of favorite stories from Spelunky fans. First are when people are genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game. And second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family in multiplayer. These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2. They're really what guided my design choices. After releasing Spelunky, I knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world. Knowing that possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover it. A big thanks to the fans who've waited patiently for us to finish Spelunky 2. It's been a long journey, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Thanks.
E morreu. Esse jogo é muito querido, velho. Tem uma comunidade muito bacana. É um jogo muito difícil. Quem nunca viu falar de Spelunky, testa depois pra você ver. É difícil, é difícil. Mas é bacana. 15 de setembro de 2020 aí, ó.
We've got a bunch of new PS4 updates to share with you, starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact. Vamos ver isso aí agora, hein?
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Esse jogo aí eu acho que lembra um pouco o Zelda, né? O Breath of the Wild. visualmente falando, assim, né? Tô curioso pra ver. Esse tipo de jogo, a jogabilidade tem que ser boa também, cara. Tem que ser responsivo. Ele tem que ser um jogo que...
I deal in death. If you cannot bring yourself to kill, speak my name.
que consegue te fazer continuar jogando e se sentindo empolgado pra continuar. O visual de anime é da hora, né?
Think you can get away?
Ó.
Time for takeoff!
Outono 2020, vem pro Play 4 também.
Sentient self. I claim your mind for the Void Armada. Gods have squealed for my mercies. Who are you to stand in the way of my vengeance? This ambition of yours, what a waste of stardust. Go all out or go home, Emperor!
Parece um side-scroller, né? Diferente. Ian Must Die. 2021 pro Play 4, olha que legal. Que mostra que ainda teremos jogos em 2021 saindo pro Play 4 também, né? Isso aí a gente já esperava. Deve sair pro Play 5 também. Ano Mutation. Mutation. Também outro side-scroller aí, ó. Visualmente interessante, cara. Aí, ó, dezembro de 2020.
It's time to talk bug snacks. Let's check out some
bug
gameplay
snacks,
footage
cara.
captured from PS5.
Esse aqui é aquele
My
jogo
invitation is open. Come join me on the island of Bugsnax.
da galera que fez Octodad.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a two-bit con artist. Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense. I swear, if you chase this Bugsnax story, you're out of a job!
You're the journalist! Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a bug snack right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup. Use it to lead the bunger over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite bug snack is.
Isso é uma cenoura.
Obs.
How's my little sprout doing? He misses Papa? Oh, of course he does.
Well, I have a few prototype traps that I could put to use.
Eu acho que esse aqui é aquele jogo que você come o negócio e vira parte dele, ó. O prefeito, ele, metade dele é um morango.
And bring everybody back to
Olha lá,
Snacksburg.
o braço de coco.
Well, say you do find these bug snacks and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Final de 2020 para o Play 5.
There's a lot more in store. Let's start with an update on an eagerly awaited PlayStation VR game.
Oh, Vader Immortal para o PlayStation VR. Pra galera que é fã de Star Wars aí, ó.
The Force is strong with you.
You must stop Vader.
I don't understand why you never mentioned that you had the Force.
Ó. Ó, 25 de agosto, cara. Tipo, daqui a 20 dias.
Whatever you do, stay in the light.
Ó, Remedy. Ó, o control aí. Ó, segunda expansão, dia 27 de agosto. Ó. Olha, um outro autochess aí, velho. Eu não sei como que tá a questão do autochess hoje. A gente teve o autochess do Dota, depois do League of Legends, né? E fez bastante sucesso por um tempo. Não sei como é que tá a questão da galera. Se estabilizou, se ainda a galera tá interessada em ver novos jogos. Mas temos aí um novo autochess aí, ó. É um estilo bem diferente de jogo, que é bem viciante, inclusive. É o próprio autochess, né? O que começou tudo. Puzzle não é a minha praia. Já tô tonto só de olhar isso daqui, velho. Mas parece interessante pra galera que gosta, ó. Parece bem desafiador. Você não só tem que andar pela plataforma criada ali dentro, mas tem que ligar elas, encontrar espaços, conectar e tal. Olha lá. Nossa, já vai pro outro lado, cara. Olha a PlayStation aí. Pedestrian. Janeiro de 2021. Ok. Ó, outro jogo do
Now
Play
let's
5
take a
aí.
look at 2 new games headed to PS5.
We are the forest shadows. Ghosts, running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Esse é jogo do Play 5, hein?
Ration, manipulate. They've taken everything from those they claim to protect. Authority and steel will
Eu
not
imagino
stop
que seja o
us.
momento que eu vou levar a flag na live.
We aren't an invading army.
Deixa like na live aí, por favor, pra ajudar a gente, porque o flag tá chegando.
We bypass defenses and strike at the heart. We take back what was stolen. And the people call us heroes.
From the dead of night.
To others, we are rivals.
Eita! Olha os heróis aí, herói. Vamos matar os caras que estão tentando pegar o baú.
We are all outlaws. But some of us will become legends.
Caraca, será que é online isso? Hood? Acho que esse jogo nem tinha sido anunciado, hein, cara. 2021. Pareceu que é um jogo multiplayer online. Olha o TT aí, ó. Tentei que eu tentei fazer aqui no canal, mas a galera não acompanhou, então parei. Mas é um jogo da hora, né? Pra quem não tem Pokémon, é um prato cheio aí. Inclusive pra quem tem também, porque esse é um jogo muito competente, estilo Pokémon. Legal ver que ele tá indo pro console também, velho. Tem para PlayStation 5, entendeu? Tentei o Pokémon do Paraguai. Não, não, cara. Ele é competente pra caramba. Em alguns aspectos ele inova bastante na fórmula do Pokémon. Traz bastante novidade. Então, ó, tentei em 2021 pro Play 5.
Before we wrap up, let's take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5 gameplay for this melee-focused action epic launching this holiday.
Agora o Godfall, hein? Estão botando fé no Godfall? Godfall.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share gameplay with you today and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of Godfall. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product as we continue to learn and harness the power of Sony's next-generation console. Please enjoy. So let's jump right into what Godfall is. Godfall is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment combat, and robust loot progression systems. You can enjoy the game at your own pace, playing alone, or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. Godfall is a complete package. All loot and gear in the game are acquired or unlocked through gameplay. There are no microtransactions, no waiting for content, It's all in the game on day one.
Tá tudo no jogo. No
As you
primeiro dia.
adventure, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top. You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall. First, our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a looter slasher.
Looter Slasher seria RPG de ação
Our game
e
is
progressão
therefore
de
one
loot
part gear-driven and one
batalha
part
em
player
terceira
skill-driven.
pessoa.
In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment or mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall.
Mecânica de combate.
From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense over defense. More often than not, you'll be facing multiple enemies at the same time. As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies. Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive.
Uma
Now
gameplay
that you're
mais
familiar with the
agressiva,
combat
onde você tem que estar
philosophy,
sempre
let's
em
dig into the
movimento,
weapons
pulando pra todo
themselves.
quanto é lado e derrotando seus inimigos.
In Godfall, there are 5 weapon classes: the longsword,
As armas agora, a espada,
the dual blades,
duplas espadas,
the polearm,
os que usa é como se fosse
the
lança, isso.
two-handed warhammer,
O machado de duas mãos
and the two-handed greatsword.
e a espadona de duas mãos.
Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and playstyles ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play. As you defeat enemies in your adventures, you will acquire numerous weapons
Ó, jogou
for
escudo
each
igual o
weapon
Capitão América,
category,
cara.
each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits. At a later date, we will delve into the weapon classes and how to modify them in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the dual blades and the longsword weapon classes. The dual blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall,
Dual
embodying
blades.
speed, fluidity, and mobility. The dual blades are exceptional against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The dual blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo. So what are the signature moves for the dual blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate inner focus, which is unique to the dual blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also mortal coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy, pulling the enemy towards you like pulling a cable. Now let's switch to the longsword weapon class.
Longsword agora.
Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path. Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall.
Escudo.
It's available to you throughout the entire game.
Tá
You can
disponível
always block incoming attacks with your shield.
no jogo inteiro.
Press the shield button at the right time. You can also parry an attack.
Dá pra dar parry.
You can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike. The shield is great not just for defense, but also offense. You can aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets.
Dá pra tirar o
If you
escudo,
tap the
acertar um
shield
monte de
button
gente.
just as you catch your shield, you can perform a powerful wave attack.
Ataque de onda.
You can double tap the shield button to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
Olha os chefão. Parece que vai ser bem frenético, né, velho? Tipo, movimentos rápidos. Ó. As batalhas mais extensas. Vai ter multiplayer, né? Você vai poder jogar com até mais 2 outras pessoas.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5. We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season. We hope that you will join our Godfall community on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you.
Godfall, cara, uma aposta aí de um looter slasher, um estilo meio diferente, mais parecido com as coisas que a gente tem. Eles estão tentando marketar-se um pouco diferente, mas a gente tem outros jogos parecidos.
We hope you enjoyed this peek into the future of PlayStation. See you next time.
Acabou. Então vamos falar rapidinho aí sobre o que aconteceu aqui. Enfim, o que mais me chamou a atenção mesmo foi o Crash. Não sei se de vocês mesma coisa, né? Mostraram alguns indies, achei o Hitman em PlayStation VR uma pegada interessante. O resto vamos ter que ver. Inclusive o próprio Godfall aqui, que eles estão apostando alto aí no final do ano, ainda não me convenceu de que vai ser um jogo diferente, assim, que tem aquele foguinho que fala... Eu sou diferente, vale a pena ser jogado. Mas quem sabe seja de fato um jogo legal e que funcione melhor quando a gente tá jogando do que quando a gente tá assistindo eles falarem sobre. Vamos torcer. Enfim, né? Como eu falei pra vocês, eu imagino que a gente vai ter um outro evento do PlayStation focado em outras coisas do PlayStation 5 ainda em agosto. A gente vai fazer a cobertura dele. E o Crash... Ele lança aí, como eu falei, a gente vai fazer a gameplay aqui, foi o que mais me empolgou. Você vai poder jogar com o Crash, com a Coco, com outros personagens. Você vai ter um outro modo completamente diferente das fases invertidas, com visão diferente, que vai agregar valor aí. Então você zera o jogo, pode fazer o jogo inteiro de novo, de trás pra frente, com outros estilos. Então te dá meio que, quase que uma segunda zerada, principalmente a galera que gosta de fazer... platina, você vai ter muita coisa pra poder fazer aí. Bem interessante. O Spelunky 2, né? Parece que tá prometendo muita coisa aí. É um jogo que tem uma base de fãs bacana, e tem um monte de gente que é apaixonada por esse jogo. E no geral, vamos ver, né? Achei o evento de hoje mais ou menos, sabe? Começaram bem, depois... Não sei, mas enfim, a gente tem outros eventos aí. Obrigado a todo mundo que assistiu. Eu convido vocês a assistirem nosso vídeo de The Sims que saiu hoje. Amanhã tem Grounded, tem outros vídeos aqui no canal. Se inscreve aí, deixa aquele like. Grande abraço a todos vocês e voltamos em breve com vídeos também da beta de Marvel's Avengers e com mais novidades aí, cobrindo sempre a próxima geração. Me segue no Twitter também, porque é mais importante você procura lá, twitter.com/Hagazo, só vai lá no Twitter, procura Hagazo. Segue lá, porque é lá que a gente discute essas coisas com mais rapidez e velocidade. E a gente fica por aqui. Valeu, até amanhã e tchau!